Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. I hope you're having a good day. I'm having a good day and I'm getting ready for work. And I thought I would do a little bit of a video of me getting ready because products have changed a little bit since I did one of these, and a little bit of a get to know me sort of thing. So I've got everything in front of me. I'm at my computer. I'm in natural light. I always do my makeup for work, pretty much actually all the time, except in videos in natural light. So you can see it's not great. The lighting's not great. So apologies for quality wise, but place where I work, it's actually quite like, it's like mood lighting. So I need to apply my makeup not in bright light. Anyway, let me just get my hair out of my face and get started. So when I get out of the bath or shower, when I'm putting makeup on, I will put some of this on. It's almost run out. This is the Revlon Photo Ready Rose Glow Mist. It's a prep and hydrate like primer. So I'll spray that on my face first, rub it in, and then it has a little bit of time to settle. And then I'm going to properly prime my face with this. This is the Milani Prime Light Face Primer. And I need a spot to put my mirror that I'm not looking down, because that is very attractive. Anyway, so get to know me, right? So my name is Sarah. Says is a nickname. I think I've actually explained in one of my videos before how I got the Sir Says sort of thing. If I didn't, I'm sure I did, but if I haven't, I will just quickly explain it. So I was living with a group of people and we used to play Smash Bros a lot, and everyone was sort of like a Sir with the first letter of their first name or their nickname or whatever, and there was already another girl with the first name that started with an S, so she had Sir S. So, oh gosh, because Sir S was already taken, I went with, well, I'll go with the nickname and go Sir Says. And it's what I use when I'm gaming. Yeah, that's where that comes from. Right, face is primed. I'm now going to prime my lips with this. That was very quick. This is the Collection Prime and Ready Lip Primer. I just pop a little bit of that on because I want my lipstick to last. Everything's all rearranged. I'm used to having all my makeup on my left side, so I keep looking over there to get makeup. I need my eye primer. So I use this little palette. So this is the Miss Sporty all-in-one eye palette in the shade Glitter. I don't actually use the eyeshadows. It's also got a highlighter in there and a gel liner. I just used the eye primer because at the time it was all I had. Actually, I think it is still the only one that I have. Well, eye primer specifically. So I just use a little flat brush like that and I pop it on my eyes like so. Nothing fancy. And then I just use a finger and just rub it in. Perfect. What else is there about me? I live in Western Australia with my husband Mick. We've been married since November last year. We've been together 8 years, and yeah, that's pretty much about him and I. Next I'm going to use like some color correctors, I guess you'd call them. I got one of these. This is the Wet n Wild Coverall concealer palette. Oh, if I can get it open. So there's a highlight shade there. I don't use that generally. I sometimes use the green one. Where's my brush? There it is. I just go in a very small flat brush like that. I usually use the red pinky shade. I'll use that under my eyes to brighten just a little bit. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. And my lovely faces. And I always drag it sort of up here a little bit, just because I like to put concealer there as well to brighten. So I want it extra bright. I'll put some on the other side. I'm not too stressed about, blending it. As long as there's no like harsh lines like that line there. I'm not too stressed about blending it too much. And if I'm doing like a going out sort of look, I always put them here and here because I have veins here that you can really, really see. You can probably see them, like there's just that little bit of discoloring. Anyway, and I use the concealer shade just to cover any blemishes that I might have. Oh, blend this in just a little bit. Actually, in the blemish department, I'm not looking too bad. I might just put some around my nose. Just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, this is actually an old palette. What was it? Contour palette. I didn't have a mirror at the time and I didn't use the palette anymore and I just destroyed it and decided just to use the mirror. I now have lots of mirrors, but I still use it. All right, that is me color corrected. This lid is always so difficult to get back on. There we go. Okay, pat that in just a little bit. Where's my foundation? So I'm still using this foundation. It is the L'Oreal Infallible More Than Concealer. Yes, it is a concealer, but as you can see, it's not really going to work as a concealer shade. It's actually in the shade 333 Cedar, and I only use this when I'm at work and I'm going to be running around and, you know, I want something that's really full coverage and, you know, that's going to stay put sort of thing. So that's why I use this one. It doesn't really match, as we're coming into summer, it matches a lot more because my skin is just starting to darken because of summer. But I will always blend it down my neck so I don't look like a goose. It's actually almost run out, but I have a spare. What else do you want to know? Where's my beauty blender? There it is. I'm using my Revolution Game of Thrones beauty blender, just in case you were interested. What is there else to know about me? I live in Western Australia, on a farm, if you hadn't guessed that. Oh, sorry. I drive a ute. I have TikTok, I have Instagram, that are sort of that coincide with this channel. I also have Facebook, but I keep that private. You know, maybe one day I'll create a Facebook page for, you know, for my YouTube account, maybe one day. When I put foundation on, I never go right underneath my eye. I leave that for the concealer, so there's not any extra caking, and I always cover my ear a little bit, not heaps, but just a little bit. And I know you shouldn't drag, but I drag it down my neck and then just fix it. There's a lot of color difference on the camera, but in person it doesn't look that bad. What else is there to know about me? I started this channel about a year ago. Have I been on YouTube for a year? I think I've been on YouTube for a whole year almost. I'm still enjoying it. You know, if I wasn't, I wouldn't still be here. I don't know what to say. I'm terrible with this sort of thing. You know, even when people ask me, oh, you know, tell me a bit about yourself, and I'm like, I'm human. Right, concealer. Let's keep going with the concealer. So this one I have here, this is the OXX Bloom Luminous Luxe Concealer in the shade Light Beige. Is that the one I want to use? Yes, that's the one I want to use. I don't want to use the other one. And I just pop a little bit under my eyes, a little bit on my forehead, and sort of down my nose. It's maybe not as light as it could be for the shade of foundation that I have on, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. And a lot of the time, like, I hate wasting things, and that's why I just use them. You know, obviously the things aren't my shade or things that I've never used, I've been giving away to people. But for things that are like this, like the concealer foundation, or the concealer that I'm using, or, you know, anything like that, I always try and use every single little bit of it before I chuck it away, because I hate wasting things. And for Christmas, what I did, I've got a whole, like, heaps of boxes and stuff to give all my girlfriends for Christmas with makeup and beauty products and stuff. And what I also did was products that I may have tested once, like my advent calendar videos, or products that I used and I realized, I don't actually like that, it doesn't suit me, etc., etc. What I did is I found a charity. It's actually called Pink Cross, not sponsored, but it's called Pink Cross. And I'm moving on to powder, and I'm not even talking about it. So yeah, I'm using this powder. This is the Mode Pressed Powder in the powder in the shade Silky Beige, and I'm just going to pop it all over my face. Anyway, so yeah, Pink Cross. I actually saw who was it on YouTube? Soap Doll's Life. I noticed that she donates, like when she goes through her makeup collection and stuff, she actually donates a heap of stuff to a specific charity. I actually don't know which one because I haven't watched that video yet, if she ever mentions it at all. And I thought that is a great idea, you know, instead of, you know, throwing it away or keeping it for a day that I'm going to use it, which is never going to come. I thought I could donate it, and I found a few that are in the UK because she's based in the UK. But I was like, well, you know, if need be, I can send it over to the UK, but I'd rather send it to somewhere within Australia. I'm so red today. Why is my chest so red? Anyway, and I did some Googling, and I found quite a few ones, but the one that I was drawn to is called Pink Cross. And they, just to give a brief sort of rundown if you haven't heard of it, they deal with men and women who are working within the sex industry and who are trying to get out of that industry to make a better life for themselves, or just a change or anything like that. And they will take lightly used products as long as you sanitize them before you send them to them. So I was like, that's a great idea. I'm going to do that. What am I up to? Bronzer and stuff. So I have, for my bronzer, I have this palette by Revolution. I got this in the advent calendar. This is in the shade Glow Up. And I just take a little bit of this shade here as a normal contour. If I want something a little bit more bronzy, if I'm particularly pale, don't need it with this foundation. But if I am, I just take some of this color up here and pop it all over my face using my fan brush, which is a little bit difficult because, like, I've got to sort of move the brush in a way that I only get that one shade. Yeah, so I just posted that off at the beginning of the week. So, and that's based in New South Wales. So I'll try and leave the details, like website, postal address, stuff like that for this, you know, for the Pink Cross in the description box. And yeah, if you guys have anything like that that you would like to donate to someone who wants to improve in their life, or someone who's just run down, you know, having a bad time, and etc., etc., you will be able to do that. It's always hard to judge in this light how intense my contour is. I usually end up having to dab it out just a little bit. There we go. So yeah, I'm a giver, I'm a helper. I have the bad habit of not asking people for help when I need it. I don't like asking for things, but I love giving people things. I love doing things for people. That's why I love getting requests from you guys. Yeah, anyway, blush. This is the Moira Signature Ombre Blusher in the shade Sweet Peach. Blush brush. Where is my blush brush? I'm just gonna pop this on my cheeks. I'm still going through a phase where I love quite, well, I say quite bright, but, you know, bright for me anyway. And I always bring it up sort of just below my temple. I don't know, I just like the way it sort of lifts my face a little bit. What else about me? I'm a complete dag sometimes, if you hadn't already noticed. I love to dress up. I love to entertain people. I say a lot. I'm very aware of that, but I can understand how people get annoyed with it. People have told me many times that it's freaking annoying. So I do apologize for that. Proceeds to say Okay, so before I say again, I'm going to move on to highlighter, and I have, let me just open it. I have this highlighter. I'm still not sure about this one. I sort of love the color. I just don't know if it suits me. This is a Revolution highlighter that I got in the advent calendar, and it's in the shade Condition. And I'm just going to take this little brush because I've since used it for black eyeshadow, but I was using this e.l.f. blending brush. I found it was just a bit too dense. So I'm going to try, first time trying like a bigger brush to do my highlighter. I don't know if it's going to work. Ooh, okay. Yes, it is working. I don't know. Oh yeah, you guys can see it even without the light ring. Okay. I like that. I got it. I know I'm turning more and more away from you, but that's just to get the natural light to see, make sure my highlighter is all good and blended and stuff. You're going to see how manic I am with setting my face, because I set it like 4 or 5 times before I go to work, but only usually when I go to work. It needs to stay. I'm using this one. The label's like starting to like peel, if you can see that. This is the Mist Me Setting Spray White Gold Plus Shimmer. It's by DB, which I think stands for Designer Products. And I just, did I bronze up my neck? Do I need to bronze up my neck? I might just quickly put some contour around my jawline before I set my face. Where's my brush? I'm just going in with the same shade again, and I'm just gonna, nothing too crazy. Just gonna, just a little bit, just so it actually looks like I have a jaw. I look fine in person. That's all I'm worried about. Okay, now I'm going to set my face. Right, what am I going to do next? I think I'm going to do brows. So I'm going to grab my spoolie and I just brush them through first. I don't do anything too fancy, too crazy with my brows. I usually, like sometimes I won't even fill them in. I'll just put some setting wax in there and comb it through. But today I'm feeling like actually filling them in a little bit. So I have this little darling. This is the Revlon Color Stay Brow Tint in the shade Taupe. I think maybe it could be a little bit too light for me, but again, I don't want to get rid of it. It's almost finished anyway, so I never try, like I never draw out my brows. I never define them too much. I literally usually just fill them in. Just, I don't know. I think part of me is a little bit too scared to do anything big and bold with my eyebrows. So that is my reasoning, and until I gain the confidence, I'm going to keep doing it this way. I actually quite like this product as well. Like pretty much all of these products I really like, except maybe one product that I'm not using, but we don't need to talk about her. Yeah, what am I doing? In case you didn't know, going back to the get to know me thing, I work in a bar, a pub, bar and restaurant, sports bar, whatever you want to call it. Or a bit of everything, to be honest. I started there in May, and I started in the kitchen. And I've worked my way up. They realise I can, work behind the bar, and I've worked my way up. I'm going to set my brows with the clear e.l.f. brow waxy stuff. And I just run a little bit through, not a heap, because I want them to stay like textured and fluffy. And then I just run my spoolie through again, fluff them up. Here we go, brows are done. Ooh. Yeah, where was I going next? Eyes. So I'm thinking of doing like a pink eye, because I've got this liquid shadow. So I'm thinking about doing a pink look. So I'm going to grab this little palette. This is the OXX Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. This was from one of their advent calendars I did this year, and this is what it looks like. So I need a blending brush that I really hope is clean. I'm going to grab probably this light matte shade, pink shade there, and I'm just going to run that all over. I never do anything too crazy with my eyes when I go to work, unless it's like a theme or a party or something like that. I literally just put on some shadow and maybe some glittery stuff like liquid eyeshadow and call it a day. Sometimes I do nothing, sometimes I just do matte colors, sometimes I just do shimmers. And yeah, that's it. See, it's really pretty pale color. I might just dip into this end color. Well, this is so awkward. This end color just to sort of deepen things up. I don't know. I'm just putting it on. That'll do for now. And I'm going to grab my shimmer shade. This is the NYX Glitter Goals liquid eyeshadow in the shade Metropical. This one, I love it. It stays, it sticks, it's good. I don't lose any sort of pigment or color or anything. It doesn't move around on my hooded lids. The only thing is, I wouldn't say it burns when you put it on your lid. It's like really, really cold. Like, you know, when it's so cold that it almost feels like it's hot. It's like that. And what I've recently learned, if you actually get some off would be nice. I forgot this is like a brush. Is to get someone like really close to my lashes, look sort of up normally, and like a cut crease, it'll like print where I need to actually put the shadow on my crease. I'm trying not to put this in your way. There we go. Can you guys see? I hope you can see. Without the bright light, you're probably not going to see the shimmer in it, but this one's like the applicator is like a brush. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see, but it's like a brush, whereas the Revolution Game of Thrones ones I have is like a spatula, and I find it just applies. Oh, it's going warm already. I can feel it. I find that it applies it better than the brush because the pigment, the liquid, the gel, whatever it is, it gets stuck in the little like bushy parts of the brush, and it's just annoying. Do I know if I'm doing this right? Absolutely not. But what I'm doing is what works for me. And I'll usually bring the shimmer almost all the way into the inner corner, almost. There we go. I don't know how well it's going to pick up because I don't have bright lights, but that's what it is. I'm also going to grab a little bit of highlighter. This is a different highlighter. This is the Miss Sporty Instaglow All Over Face Highlighter Pencil, and I don't think it has a shade, but I usually just pop this in my inner corner and bring it up towards the shimmer and inwards a little bit. Oh, you won't be able to see that, sorry. So in the inner corner, up towards the eyeshadow and down a little bit. There we go. Right, so eyes are almost done. I'm going to put on some eyeliner. This is just for my bottom waterline. This is the Miss Sporty Pump Up Booster Kohl Kajal Creamy Soft Kohl Eyeliner. That's a mouthful, in the shade Luminous Beige. Oh yeah, that's right, this one's a twisty top. And it's just a beigey colour, and I just put a little bit of that in my bottom waterline. I find it just helps to open up my eyes a little bit. I think you can already see, yes, you can see the highlighter on this side, but this side I feel just looks brighter and wider and more, yeah, just more wide. And if you've got hooded eyes, you need your eyes to look as big as possible. When I'm going out, I actually use like a white one. So again, sorry for the face. Right, once I've done all that, I will usually set again. Make sure my eyes are definitely closed so they get a little bit of a set. I know when to set because the eyeshadow, as it gets like the cream eyeshadow, as it gets warm, when it starts to cool and it feels normal and a little bit dry, that's when I know to set because it's ready, you know, it's prepared. Okay, now I'm just going to quickly do my lips. I'm going to line them with this little beauty. This is the W7 Mega Matte Lip Liner. I got this in the advent calendar last year. Should I still be using it on my lips? I have no idea, but there's no like date on them because it didn't come in packaging. This is in the shade Red. And I've been trying to get like used to lining my lips just for practice. And what I do, because I'm sitting at my computer, I'll have my mirror in one hand, and in my dominant hand, so my right hand, I will actually put my elbow on the desk so it's steady. I'll usually put both elbows on the desk, and I find that it makes my hand more steady, because I don't have steady hands at all. So this is the Rimmel Lip Art Graphic Liner and Liquid Lipstick in the shade Go Hard. I'm just going to quickly curl my lashes. These are my old e.l.f. eyelash curlers. They're getting a bit old. That's okay. That is okay. Right. Again, I don't even know if I curl my eyelashes properly. I'm all messed up. Right. Eyelashes have been curled, and I'm going to chuck some mascara on. This is the who's it by? L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara in the shade Sandalwood Wonder. So it's like a brownie. It's like a brownie color, funnily enough. And again, I only usually wear this one for work. I've got another Revolution black one, standard black one, that I use on the everyday. Oh, I was going to say, if you guys wanted to see my daily routine, morning routine, nightly routine, not that I have much of either, but I've got a little bit of a routine going on. If you guys are interested in seeing that, I can do like a vlog style video doing that. Did I just get mascara on my nose? It smells like, I don't know, I want to say trees. Right, mirror done. Let's do my last set. This one just smells so nice too. Usually then, after I feel it set, like the setting spray, once I feel it set on my face, I will then blot my lips a little bit. Another good trick, if you get lipstick on your lips, this is going to look weird, but can you see the little bit of color on my finger? Literally stick your finger in your mouth and just pull it out, and any lipstick that you may have gotten on like the inside of your lips that will go onto your teeth will come off, guaranteed. But yeah, other than that, I am done. I will just take my little clip out. I'm going to go brush my hair, put on some perfume. I've got to put some tights on. I'm not even sure about this dress, because this sleeve, just this one sleeve keeps sliding down, and or the tag keeps coming out. I don't know. Anyway, I've been sitting here for like 33 minutes. I'm going to edit this, so the video will be shorter. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I've got another couple of videos that have been requested. I will get to those as soon as the progs come here, which may be a while because it's Christmas time and they're coming from England, and it's just like, but anyway, any more requests, chuck them down below. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.